Live from Studio A on the Ohlone Fremont campus, this is Ohlone Tri-City News, featuring stories about our neighbors in Fremont, Newark, and Union City.
Good evening. I'm Rebecca Twyman.
And I'm Armando Galan. Welcome to Ohlone Tri-City News for Wednesday, December 7th, 2022. And now the news.
The Newark Police Department investigated a homicide after receiving reports of gunshots at 7600 Sunset Avenue last Friday night. When officers arrived on the scene, they found an unresponsive victim who was immediately rendered aid but succumbed to their injuries. On Saturday, the police were able to identify the suspect and take action with the help of San Jose Police Department. The suspect was put into custody and was charged with murder. The Newark Police Department stated that these types of violent acts are not tolerated because it's putting community members at unnecessary risk. If anyone has information for this investigation, please contact Newark Police Investigations Detective Sergeant Tama Hamayaun at 510-578-4920 or email at yama.hamayaun@newark.org.
Earlier today, Ohlone College hosted a Winter Wellness Fest with some special furry guests. The event centered around wellness, health, food, and all sorts of fun. Students got to engage in several stress-relieving activities such as a petting zoo, coloring games, and much more. The event was sponsored by CalFresh, CalWorks Covered California, and more, where students were able to learn about their opportunities. Also, people had the opportunity to get fresh groceries provided by the Ohlone Pantry.
Earlier this week, I had the opportunity to visit one of Newark's hardworking nonprofit organizations, the League of Volunteers, a group of kind-hearted individuals who are just trying to spread some love around the community. Let's take a look. For over 40 years, the League of Volunteers in Newark is a nonprofit that has been tirelessly striving to improve the community of the Tri-City area.
We're about promoting volunteerism in the community.
We do the best we can. We help the needy.
They help where they can, and we do have certain programs where we do that go year round with Adopt a Family, Thanksgiving.
Where there's a need in the community, we try to fill it with volunteers to bring that, fill the gap.
They really try to help people to feel like they deserve to be loved. And I think that's what's really amazing about their thought processes and how they work to help other people.
Over the years, they have developed many programs to do the best they can to help the community. Some of the events they host are their year-round emergency food pantry, annual toy drives, Thanksgiving meals, art programs in schools, scholarships, and several free services and events to help those in need every year.
You hear about different programs that they have, like they just did something for Thanksgiving.
We have a food bank program where we offer boxes of food of 25 items, non-perishables, that they can pick up once a month.
We used to do a lunch program, and then now we provide snacks in the morning because some of the kids come in the morning and they haven't eaten anything yet.
But that's not all they do. Every year, they help vulnerable families who are experiencing difficult times and help make their holidays magical.
So they would go online, and a family who's signed up and given their information, they could say like, hey, I'd like to adopt this family, and then they would go through their wish list and bring all their gifts, and I believe they're going to have them here by the 20th, and then those gifts will be given to the families. And so if the families are not adopted, we get the families together, we find out the ages of their kids and make sure that the kids have a toy and a turkey and some food so they can have a Christmas dinner and have presents under the tree.
It makes the world of difference, and it's not about, a big quantity of toys. It's just so that they can give something to their kids at Christmas.
It's not too late to join the Adopt a Family event. The League of Volunteers are still accepting applications for families to be adopted and sponsors to help families in need. The last day to adopt is next Monday, December 12th, and the adopted families can expect their gifts on or before December 20th. They are also accepting donations, especially non-perishable food, to help continue growing their food pantry.
So we can always use donations, especially food.
They accept a wide range of donations, such as non-perishable foods, clothes, toys, and many other contributions. However, time can be even more invaluable. To maintain their work for the community, they need volunteers to continue making a difference. They have many events, projects, and services to serve your community throughout the year.
So if you go to the website and you click on the volunteer button, you can sign up, and there's definitely places where you can volunteer. I would also like to get more younger volunteers to come in and have them come in, because we do have a lot of older volunteers that maybe can't help as much, or they're very passionate about it, but they can't move around as well. And so if we got some younger volunteers with the same passion, then we can keep this organization going.
We run with a great group of volunteers. We have probably 200 to 300 very active volunteers.
I want it to be that place where volunteers want to come and hang out and do things, and they want to be around each other, not because they have to, because they want to.
To join the Adopt a Family event, give donations, or volunteer, you can visit love.org. On the website, you can learn more about the League of Volunteers and how you can donate your resources to a good cause.
I think it's just neat having organizations like League of Volunteers, because a lot of times I think the human nature is to turn inward and to focus on ourselves. But League of Volunteers, as well as other charitable organizations, they help us to just turn outward and focus on the needs of others.
I feel like everybody should give back. Your family, of course, comes first, and then your community.
Come on down, volunteer, right? It's always a good time, and it's always fun to help people.
And we do our best.
I'm in a position right now where I can help, and I would love to help.
I'm Rebecca Twyman, reporting for Ohlone Tri-City News.
That was an awesome report, Rebecca. All right, Ohlone College had a free concert this past week, so stay tuned. We'll tell you more information after the break.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Last Friday morning, there was a traffic impact in Fremont that took someone's life. On the intersection of Blakeout Road and Royal Palm Drive, a 41-year-old woman was crossing the street, and as she neared the other side of the crosswalk, a vehicle operated by a 43-year-old driver hit the woman. According to the Fremont Police Department, the driver seemed sober. The driver ended up cooperating with the investigation while the pedestrian was taken away to the hospital. Unfortunately, the pedestrian passed away from her injuries.
Ohlone College's chorus had their very own recital last Thursday called Make Peace. This performance was done by the Ohlone College solo class called Ohlone Chorus. In the Ohlone College catalog, students in this class rehearse 2 days a week over the course of their semester for a 2-hour long performance. Both Latin and English songs were sung, and the audience was given a pamphlet that supplied English translations for each song. Some of the song titles were Why the Caged Bird Sings and Make Peace.
Here in Fremont, we wanted to explore what our local theater has to offer. Here's Sean with the story.
The Made Up Theater on Washington Boulevard has been around since before the pandemic. What is it like to start performing in improv?
I've never done improv outside of Made Up Theater. This is my first and really only space. I was teaching and realizing I don't have a chance to really do theater anymore because the rehearsals are just so time consuming. So taking a class once a week was really doable.
Well, I actually am trained as a scientist, so I had no experience in improv whatsoever.
Since 2018, Made Up Theater has changed locations, now located on the second story above a coffee shop, which is one of Fremont's oldest buildings built back in 1889.
Getting to be above a coffee shop in a historical area of Fremont definitely gives the whole space a really intimate and like high culture feel. Like to know that you're performing in a space that's over 100 years old is such an amazing feeling. As well as like we now have a much fuller setup of lights. We're able to stream our shows online. We have our classes have expanded hugely. We got Venmo and QR codes on everything.
COVID-19 had an impact on many small businesses around the world. How did Made Up Theater's owners adapt during quarantine from their usual hosting of weekly in-person improv shows?
Like all theaters, comedy venues, concert halls, we had to stop in-person activities and shows, and that was really tough for us because we had only done in-person events and shows. As the weeks went by, we were like, we need to adapt to this. This is gonna last for a while. So what we did is we just started doing shows from our living room. Our connection here wasn't very good. We had an okay connection in our house, so we just did shows every Saturday night at a pay what you want kind of like ticket fee to come check us out. And it was very odd, not to have that audience participation, that feeling of getting validation from an audience. And, it's something that, especially during the pandemic, we didn't have. So I think, a lot of people said, oh my gosh, I really missed this, having to do shows online via Zoom or just anything without a live audience to give you that immediate feedback, was so missing during the pandemic. So now we get to kind of re-explore our connection with a live in-person audience, and that has kind of just been, such a breath of fresh air for these people who've been kind of deprived of it for the past 2+ years.
Improv is just one form of entertainment through acting. So what intrigues actors to participate in improv?
There's a lot of things I like about it. I love the relationship that you develop with your fellow performers, and I love that feeling of being surprised and being able to surprise them. Like some of the people I've been performing with, I've been performing since 2004. I also really love the connection with the audience and, like the feeling that you're kind of creating something that is unique to them. They are in it for this private moment, this intimate moment, for an experience that they're never going to see replicated. And I think that's a very liberating moment for me as well as for them.
Because I'm so used to scripted theater where you have your lines, you might have to improvise if someone goes off, but there's a very clear narrative you're heading to. And there's a saying in improv, it's like if you know where you're going, you're already too far. Like you're out of the space. If you know where you're going, it's not improv anymore. So that moment-to-moment thrill is such a huge endorphin, adrenaline rush, even though you're just within this 20 square feet of stage.
The Made Up Theater offers private improv coaching for those interested in becoming more experienced.
This is a interactive improv comedy experience. In our classes as well, you get to learn the skills that we utilize on stage, but the skills that we utilize on stage aren't just for comedy or acting. They're also very helpful for professional development, personal development. People who take our classes, they take it maybe to be an actor or a comedian. And our performers, as they go through our levels, we might take performers from our classes or do auditions. And, coming here is kind of like their escape for the week, Not all of them have the ambitions to go to LA and become an actor. This is just a place where they get to have a creative outlet and, express themselves. Made Up Theater is an improv comedy venue. We have shows every week. We teach classes. We do team building and private events. It's essentially, something to do in Fremont. That is something that can be very lacking right now. And it's something that I'm happy to provide for the last 10+ years.
This is Sean Siquig for Ohlone Tri-City News.
And from Sean Siquig's package, we go to entertainment with Sean Siquig.
Yo, thank you, Armando. Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3's release date was announced last week, starring Chris Pratt as Star-Lord. This movie is scheduled to release in May of 2023. Additionally, there will be a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special on Disney Plus later this month. This will be a solo movie apart from the main series. The second movie announced this week is Netflix's The Witcher: Blood Origin. This film is another edition based on the very famous game The Witcher, which was released back in 2007 on Microsoft Windows. The new TV miniseries stars Michelle Yeoh, who also starred in the film Everything Everywhere All at Once and was featured in Crazy Rich Asians. That's it for entertainment this week. Back to you, Rebecca.
Thanks, Sean. I really love Michelle Yeoh. I can't wait to see what she brings to The Witcher. Well, a local family home was featured on a network TV show. Stay tuned. We'll tell you more information after the break.
Hey, Bobo. Do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
You're home before sunrise. On top of the house, the kids, and our future. The smell of your cooking is our alarm clock. My Shiro's day is never done. So let's start saving a little more now so we can feel prepared for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give us the personalized tips we need so we can live our lives to the fullest. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
Fremont's Opera annual Nutcracker is coming back to the stage once more. Fremont Opera is teaming up with Yoko's Academy of Dance and Performing Arts to put on the popular Christmas ballet. Starting way back since 2005, this year's Nutcracker features over 100 children and is being shown this Saturday and Sunday in Ohlone College's Jackson Theater located in the Smith Center. Tickets range from $45 for adults to $30 for children. To purchase your tickets, you can visit them online at fremontopera.org or call them at 510-659-6031.
A Tri-City family was featured in ABC's television show, The Great Christmas Light Fight. The local family featured on the show was the Hellaway family of Newark, California, and on the show, they and other families across America are featured contestants competing for the chance to win a grand prize of $50,000. If you want a chance to check out the illuminated extravaganza for yourself, the address is 6715 Fountain Avenue, Newark, California.
Due to the health and economic hardships of COVID-19, families need more support from the community now more than ever. That's why this year's annual toy drive has officially been launched by the Alameda County Fire Department and Alameda County Firefighter Association to help spread holiday joy to the community. Toy drop-offs at Alameda County fire stations and online donations are accepted. To donate or for more information, visit their website at ALCOFF55toys.com.
Let's take a look at this week's weather with Natalie.
Good evening, everyone. Highs for today is 52 in San Francisco, 48 in Fremont, and 48 in San Jose. Lows tonight, it's looking a little chilly. San Francisco 49 and Fremont 44 and San Jose 43. Highs for tomorrow, 54 in San Francisco, 55 in Fremont, and 56 in San Jose. Radar, so it's looking a little rainy in the South Bay, a little patchy in the East Bay, and then actually a little patchy in San Francisco as well. Highs for tomorrow, 54 in San Francisco, 55 in Fremont, and 56 in San Jose. All right, it'll be, thank you. That'll be all for today, and then back to Armando.
All right, well, thank you, Miss Delgadillo. If you guys like singing in the rain, you're definitely going to have an opportunity to do that throughout this week. Do you want to know the best way to prevent package theft? Stay tuned. We'll tell you after the break.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas.
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
It's Christmas and porch pirates are on the prowl for Amazon, United Parcel Service, United States Postal Service, and FedEx packages. 43% of respondents to a 2020 survey reported having their Christmas packages stolen by porch pirates. Avoid theft of your presents by following these simple tips. Tip 1. Use a tracking number to monitor when your package is delivered and phone a neighbor to pick it up and keep it safe until you get home. Tip 2, if your package is from Amazon, you can arrange to have it routed to a locker at a Whole Foods store or other locations. When the package is delivered, Amazon will send you an email barcode to scan at the locker to complete delivery. Tip 3, require a signature on delivery. If you're not home, the driver will leave a notice of where the package is and you can go to the mail center or other facility to sign and pick it up. Tip 4, install a smart doorbell or security camera to capture the pirate in the act of taking your gifts, and sound an alarm or flashing lights. There you go, folks. Apply these simple tips and you'll get all your gifts this Christmas.
The Central Park large and small dog park areas in Fremont have been closed for quarterly maintenance. Tasks include deep steam cleaning, maintaining shrubs, and disinfecting the turf, structures, fixtures, and drinking fountains. The dog park will reopen this Friday.
Now let's take a look at this week's sports with Joahan.
Thank you very much, Rebecca. Last weekend, the Ohlone women's basketball team played in a tournament down in Southern California where they played a total of 3 games. In the first matchup versus Rio Hondo, the Renegades got blown out with a score of 83-35. The Renegades shot 17% from the field while Rio Hondo shot a high mark of 51%. And the very next day, the Renegades took on Fullerton College, but in a very similar fashion as their first game, Fullerton College dominated with a score of 87-34. The Renegades struggled from the field, shooting 18%, while Fullerton College went off shooting 47%. The Renegades in their third matchup took on Pierce College, looking to avoid a 3-game sweep, and the Renegades took care of business, winning with a score of 70-48. The Renegades had a big fourth quarter, outscoring Pierce College 26-4. Number 15, Diana Kramer, led the Ohlone in scoring with 15 points, while 4 out of the 5 starters had double-digit points. The Lady Renegades are now 5-6 for the season and will be taking on San Jose College this Friday, looking to even their overall record. Now onto Ohlone men's basketball team. The Renegades traveled to the College of Marin looking to keep their undefeated season intact. The Renegades had a tough start to the game, being down 10 points at halftime. But the Renegades came all the way back with a monster second half, outscoring Marin College by 18 points and beating them with a score of 75-67. The Renegades shot 40% from the field while going 37% from the three-point line, and it was the Matthew Villanueva show as he had 28 points, leading the Renegades to victory as they improved their record to 8-0. Still undefeated and number 1 in the conference, the Renegades will be busy this weekend as they will be playing in a tournament down in Modesto College, so looking to keep their undefeated season alive. And that will be a wrap for sports for the week. Back to you, Rebecca.
All right, well, Joahan, thank you. All right, well, Joahan, thank you. And, I know that, unfortunately, our women's team just below 500, but do not sleep on them, you guys. I was just shooting hoops with Naomi Lakazong last night, actually, and she was hitting all of them. And so, yeah, undefeated for the men's, just under 500 for the women's, heating up. All right, and that'll do it for Ohlone Tri-City News.
Thank you from all of us here at the studio. Have a great night. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.